shall please remain standing even as we sing the national anthem. We shall please remain standing even as we sing.
So, will Sam George be the official first minister to be sacked? That is a very big question. Today was not a good day for Sam George. This week was not a good week for Sam George. Last month was not a good month for Sam George. And this month, October, wouldn't be a good month for Sam George. Now, the OSHA National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. It is an almost celebrity. That is what I'm learning. It's an pay Sam George being the Minister of Communication. He together with the minister, he together with the president and also Senator Rawlings, all of them were at an event. But what we saw in video play and sana we saw say a brand no more national anthem. No, Sam George proceeded to sit down. I'm sure say Ebiani rain heavy. Now, far from that, no more events. Number one, the president has to sit down before you, the minister, have to sit down. Two, if even president no crown and yet not national anthem near Bokrana, the president have to leave before you, the minister, have to leave. A courtesy, a idea, a normal in government. But then what is happening to Sam George today, and what happened to Sam George today, and what has been happening to him this week? It is not a good week. Now, DStv came out to say he had his own thing. Sam George had his own beef with DStv. Now we understand exactly where all of this is going. But then DStv came out and said, so they are reducing the price and all of that. Oh, not Sam George. So the kind of my apparently Sam George in some kind of DStv about because price reduction. Reduce price via a promotion or more. Let me put this on the screens and let me just remind you how bad it is a week for Sam George. And how definitely things are not going on well for him. It's like Sam George, meaning he's now having the whole field say, I don't know, if you want to say any easy, sir, Annie, say you want any easy crap. Osha has say, let's put this on the screens. Osha has say, or say, DStv contradicts Sam George, says new value offer increase is a promotion lasting until December 31st. So contrary to what some of us thought, say DStv impasse Sam George was having with your friend is saying Sam George was having with DStv over the pricing. DStv saying say, oh, new price from the buy Sam George and bro reading gidi no there be a promotion at December and a be end. Ama me no kaso me gu minister ni poto any I say omegu ni masi ama sisi and people are saying something should be done about it. So we'll be giving you more updates on all of this and also many more things and then call life can want because clearly there are a lot of things what's here can want right here on this particular platform. So if you are joining us not yesterday also subscribe it. Now you also join. You also drop your comments, and at the end of the day, you better train come. You can share this particular video. Back, you better say proper.
We shall please remain standing even as we sing the national anthem. We shall please remain standing even as we sing the national anthem. We shall please remain standing even as we sing the national anthem. We shall please remain standing even as we sing the national anthem. We shall please remain standing even as we sing the national anthem. We shall please remain standing even as we sing the national anthem.
Itiyen Shase with Abronye and also MPP Justin Kudria. Recently, Abronye Kokan eko making certain comments. Na all parties say Album MPP for shame at the Twabano, ye be ye a bimudi film. Now, aside from that, to delegate or my imagine some supporting a certain candidate, i.e., Kennedy Japan, or Mosono, ye be making sure ye be ye or mudi film. Now, this particular sentiment, it did not augur well with for Kennedy Japan and the team of Kennedy Japan. And what we saw was simple. Adi etching a pair, Adi punching, and a Kennedy Japan, Ede a fence a press release, Eba said they should sanction Abronya to be a deterrent for a year others. Minuka said the party subsequently went ahead to do that. But then Minuka said in some night, of course, Abronya have head back. I'm Abronya party say. King Japan sisi ankofo so no King Japan or ye antichrist. Regardless of whatever is going on sisi no Minuka say aye back and forth. Ama Minuka say Justin Kodua ni buofu ye pa. There is a video involved here. This particular video no Justin Kodua went on Net2 TV and now outreaching semu how the actions and also some of the inactions of Abronya no is derailing the whole process or the whole flagrancy process. Ama dache krano say MPP and I say about me ewini MPP flag bearership na obi jincha ka say oh we mo sa de omu chinchim Kennedy Japan sa na omu ji film na no so akwa say party na kasa no omu nya obi a sabiu omu ye trustworthy yenhwe video ye baba ka e beto aso
oh social media this time around no chairman Abronya say to work say this my committee 2023 ebra onabe Kennedy Japan ekoka showdown wasem no anya party ne de me friend ka je so nyabo jajaja me nko ho me ne no mienu ekwatina afie ene ne kasa se da bi me do be kwa this my committee ati je na oda mate okwa this my committee o man ne chance kan wasem e ma recommendation o mo de buy ne se o man na kasa akwohye ne se o party peni man ne kasa asem ne bi okay then enwa Abronya ni TV so e kasa this my committee recommendation on the buy say yenyi honorable Kennedy in free party nim
okay say mo conference ne ba pe mo be yi na
free na was say party no then general secretary report ne ba me ho ana matna report no so
anya no kre
and me say how say be o ye regional chairman who nye embro party no so try edu baby a obeka say be a party no nipa ya relax kakra because they do to me say contest the mo kwa kasa ba akunye ni bo ebu etimi frɛ wachi echire nye no akasa we do ye no munjai elkoso but you were live wo ho a wo tra na person o chere say so wo so sen party no
okay
every say how can you regional chairman sit down and say this private committee at the report about ye kase empam party pini bi film about report bia eni wosa wasa abo general secretary din e won say me na matna sa report no so we enye misinformation say bia o kasem keko we dey wo attack a person direct say what go nipa din wom ene say me say me yin kofo din afri abom mu ene dia na umo bi ani na woka but the moment I wo asumasi obinti din there it moved from misinformation and say a breach of duty as a member of the party. It may petition and a general secretary. Me and my petition say asema waka fan ho. It may say me try my income have a can wasem.
It say what petition?
Me and my petition this my committee say asema waka no obey ni hwano. It say no kwabia ni wo say sa asem no akoso. Income and that's all be so do a party ni mo. And I said, "Go be a bear man so do a party." Oh, you're regional chairman. Understand you are regional chairman. You are not bigger than the party. Say the party brave do crowd. National chairman, general secretary. And one person say, now what better said the take my party and say, "It's me away." But I'm not this my committee. A chair for be in the dance here. Yeah, share you are my quarter this my committee. And I'm more so much too fast and move. Na kwa yesterday bia no bi ya de general secretary nkan wasem general secretary say part ne boame and they can to me shame say general secretary more power to suspend people but na can the part has come you free party
oh see the pain
2 million no but say can constitution no can say the maker say make my operate as officer of the party make my conduct activities and I can we yes the car say oh 2 million so we to suspend for can I say be a metia me dey attend come this prime committee At times, it's for some tears and actual font tears. Say 2 million cramming.
Okay.
About 2 million way with the petitioner comma relevant body as almost set me. Ye shed almost an more on me to a farm.
All right. Mene General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, here are Justin Kodria Frimpong and Edin Komo Ewofibi.
For some way and a bit too job, but then people are saying say Justin Kodria, you are only talking because abronye nensa kwose se bi wayase. Oh yeah, or did Duncan Williams when you are the term one country. Oh yeah, or working in Japan, Asia. Okay, can say one country and neck a crab foul to Asia, we see in Yanshe. They be intimate cosa. Young share this particular video of what Kevin Taylor also had to say about this particular whole beef between Abronye and Justin Kodria.
Petitioner come party ni catch party ni say Abronye we didi atem we go party who fin Abronye onim nyansa party mpenifu antwe so general secretary wa petition party disciplinary committee. This is a party that want to me. Now busa these were the same people who were on the street a week ago and saying say ye huna obiya demonstration. These were the same people no muti radio Sony TV so a defending Abronye Ponchi way. This guy, he was on UTV. He was defending Abronye. All because now Abronye yede no odi Mahama atem. Na Abronye di Duncan William atem. Na Abronye di Lordina Mahama atem. Na Abronye di NDC mpedifo atem. Na Abronye di Ghana for mo chichire Ghana atem. Na akwa we Justin Kodria kwasi ampenyi we. He was on TV. Na ne show abone to na o defend Abronye. And Abronye abui oya ponchi a wa ma no de banche ho na na ne dam na ba no. We nya banche ho na we and wa dane na no. And then they all attack you. Mom say any day we should write a petition. Yantri Abronye aso. You people were all over the place. You were all over the place. Why? Freedom of speech. We cannot speak in Ghana again. Abronye is still speaking in Ghana. Mama Ponchino, Mama na Banchona Manaria man, the more deny the Banchono. Now was started eke kamwa. Moka says, Yentiasia, ye court disciplinary committee, Yanko Chi Abronye so. Kwasia, this is freedom of speech. Tama na Abronye Edi Jo Mahama Temno, yeah. Ade Ghana, Kasabua, yes, can be Kasabua Sheniyem. We are free to talk. Not Sala cow, Kwasiana, the 2 fin, the 2 binino. Salam, Mustafa na kwati botono, na nabina na funsa danzeno, en kwasiafu ya salai, ya ntiasie, Abronye nka obiasem, wedidi Jo Mahama temintidian, wedi Lord na Mahama temintidian, wedi asiyedin ketia, wedi andis vuwa temintidian, ende Abronye pa ponchin, ope banche huna wi onye binwe, no wastate rimwa, mosumo ntiasie. And Abronye pe banche huna we. Mama, modi akoya she buom, ena mo sori banche huna na modi mana no owe, ena owe. And then the way you banche abaya mananwe. And a ponchi and the odimochi area montuma, mosemontiase, moko report no himfie, mo bottom. Freedom of speech, no. You people groomed this goat. Kotodi and the budget MPP 9. MPP in 9. Near to Kromha. Justin Kodria and Kwasia for they mounted every platform. Mr. S, get me videos. They were all over the place. What has Abronye done? Abronye den. What did Mahama temtis dien? Mahama, Ediana, and this one country kufuado. Ediana, Abronye, na Abronye kwasi na no mama ke kan kwasi asem. She in conform sponsor me show yi. Say Obama. Fanti comedy. Ya ira. San kwasi afo di Lordina Mahama tem omu ni evidence bia sa Justin Kodria na no ebutu se koto baby kwasi ampenyi betena TV so defend omu.
On this same vein, no, me no can say what is really happening on the ground. It is so simple. Chairman to me also could make a certain comment say, didn't hear the certain party executives at all. Omukwako voted in the January 31st, 2026 elections. Ombe elected a new flag bearer. It is because they are there and they've been planted and plotted because they have to elect and vote for Bawumia. Now, Abronye also substantiated this particular claim on his own show. But then, Kevin Taylor sees this differently. Say, we've been telling you, say, illiterate. Like these people, if they lead the party will go into a ditch. This is the worst, and these are the worst of Kevin Taylor. You could see somebody to Jaya Babaka, Yebetuaso.
NPP flag bearer race. Tim Ken demands sanctions against Wuntumi Abronye over electoral register manipulation claims. You see, can Japan for Tim no say? Omo pese party no etwe eye aponchi we one mental retard we so aso. Omo say can Japan team ne say ensem bia eye aponchi abronye one retard eye de chema wuntumi akeka no. Omo so hu ni say san kwasiafo mienu we awose party mpanifo etumi twi omo aso. In fact, ye twi omo sign can Japan connected no I atasa so say ne nkwara de krata tintintintin ababontene say I insam de akore de nyoma bi koso oba hunsa party no nipa bi epese omudi omonim twitwi form. Who is this? Bruce Lee, I'll call you. Nipa bi pese omudi omonim twitwi form. Into oma hu say aponchi we on a retard omumienu aponchi we ni retard omumienu ompese enyama bi omaye no e was a party twi omaso. Now you ask yourself, say these two people are not just ordinary people of the NPP. These are regional chairmen. You catch them from the beginning, say Mahamudu Bawumia kuna Ekufuado ye no enwa bi na Bawumia eye wo NPP mu. Party structures no Bawumia di sika se no. The leadership founding members no Bawumia are disrespect omu nyina. In fact, what Bawumia has done to the NPP now no, the same game plan and Ekufuado de ye afoko e de ye NPP no. Me catch them from 2025 January say no matter what Canada Japan and call for be ye munjintum Bawumia be wiem. Hey, Canada Japan, I know that some of you on the demoko abruchiri egu abruchiri ha. I know that some of you Mogen say most support to Kenya, your voices will be heard in the NPP. Mon accept this. Canada Japan supporters. Canada Japan omube wiano. He cannot win the elections. NPP for omudi Bawumia, they have made it clear to you people. First, no mudi esiemo. Me advise Canada Japan and the supporters say the earlier you people accept na mumfa mu adwene no, the better. You are wasting energy, you are wasting money, you are wasting everything. Mahamudu Bawumia oye kuwe the day he lost election 2024. The day he lost the elections, no, the next day no fresh Sanko for we natina dem say he wants to do his first coup in the NPP. And that he was going to use the Ekufuado blueprint. Inti mebeka chiremu say the things I know in the NPP no, majority of Muamudi Kennedy chimunim, they will rig the elections. In fact, a man for say Mahamudu Bawumia enko for abronye ene chema wuntumi no oma kan sembi a ekira say eye de omo be wia elections. It did not even start today. Recently, Kojo Opon Kroma ka kire NPP for say mo amohyema mo beto aba no eye Mahamudu Bawumia ena o taking upon himself the making sure say mo ayede mo beka aba no ho nyina register no ho nyina no eye Bawumia nti ene yede mo beka ho Kojo Opon Kroma gina stage ka kire NPP for or say former appointees ni nyina yede mo beka register no ho a nisa nkede o mo ka ho no Bawumia was integral in making sure say yede mo nyina mo beka ho. Now, so Kojo Opon Kroma gina stage catch the NPP for nyina say Mahamudu Bawumia impenifo ene shiaye ba nipa odi mu tintiman epushi agenda ne say ye de nipa bebrebe beka register no ho a omoye ono Bawumia appointees. Remember, every appointee under Ekufuado was a Bawumia appointee. It's a fact. Obi a oye adwuma wo under Ekufuado bia no na oye edwuma under Bawumia. So Akufo-Addo Tukwaya Bawumia is the president. Mahamudu Bawumia was the head of the economic management team. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, you all know, has been a vegetable for a long time. The NPP government was run by Bawumia. Into every single person who was appointed under Akufo-Addo Biano, it was Bawumia who did it. Into Sekojo Bonkruma Jina we Nimkacha say, oh, party mpenifo nyina na omo say ye be register number ka ho na nipa odi mutintiman Bawumia. It should tell you say Mahamudu Bawumia started ye coup way right after election 2024. Into Kennedy for Makachiremo, there is no way you are going to win the elections.
Therefore, this is a very sad thing because from the look of things, if what Kevin Taylor is saying, say, oh, Njinaswa, and also Odim the Okana, be a prophet of Duma, then clearly, there is evidence in Japan, Wabregu, and no bit to know Mabremengo in Japan, Abregu. Why? Because I don't know, Kojo upon Kruma, Ejano Kase, the man count to vote for Baum. I say, Oman make the establishment candidates clear and loud. Because they are thinking about themselves and their selfish interests, according to Kevin Taylor. No, I said Bawumia as a person, and he's viewed soft. Or you'll be a Huni, so you'll be a strong person, and Dr. Nyao Tamakulu Ekai. It's you beat me chimney, and so according to Kevin Taylor, no, this is exactly what he noticed. But was bula alarm now, bula, but in Japan, or believe it's a change no be MSC and Wakwaye anti-rigging election wine squad. Yes, ni na in Japan. Enkoyi adeno. Say na ne do no. Aha, akwa say we is it Esau ni Jacob? Is it Esau and Jacob? Where be them? Ye be sure mo abako e de eyi kokata efense and nsa ho no sa pepe. Nti adene de ordinarily no na e was say koma in Japan. Be yanom or making chim in Japan Saji. So that is exactly what is really going on in terms of if saying the issues are Koswa Minoka se Ubia then Eka once again we are live until at the end of the day yes you can bring in your comments now your friend is saying we're doing share concerning this particular issues are Kos right here in regards with the your friend is saying the whole brouhaha which is going on between Abronye Wuntumi and also Justin Kudia and also Kennedy Akompre in Japan. It's here for also with Sam George. As I was telling you earlier on, Sam George is not having the best of years. In fact, video di kan edit share more best play bi mu no say ne Sam George e could pay more event. Now present international open na et na we'll come back and watch that video later. But me no can say Sam George is facing the heat because apparently no sa DStv deal no obe announce say na government requested for no DStv ya mana bro so say na DStv omo Sana DStv, they were playing our minister. Shaha say, DStv describes new package upgrades announced by Sam George as a promotion scheduled to end December 2025. The Sam George, boom said jata, obu boom to say, okramano, woo, DStv, yeah, and DStv is okay. We are changing the new price, so muje, open up for your press conference, kasai. Obabeji social media abaso promises made, deliveries was it promises made, promises kept, and Donald Trump the slogan. And when I'm out for say I'm not for use DStv say open up this particular price way they talk about it did already. It be package way people once in a while DStv they do Easter, they do New Year, they do December. And I'm out for the proof buy. And Chebian and DStv so Edin December 2 just say, Massa, this whole package way Sam George they talk about. It be promotional. We do can say NDC key member be Bernard Mona or say Asemno a fita, yenka say fita. Sam George is fooling, he's failed and he's continued. A question video babaka. Better also Atasa Sam George yati.
That is not what Sam George you promised us. That is not what the minister promised us. It is a wako failure. Master, tell the people of Ghana that look, I did not succeed. I hit a rock. Na yɛn nyinaa yɛngye ntom sɛ there was something that you wanted to do, you could not do it. But don't turn around to come and tell us that you have achieved more than what you wanted to achieve. Dabi. Yes, Anna, not dada no doso. Because I'm seeking a reduction in the prices I'm paying. That has not happened. I was not seeking increase in the packages. That is not what everyone was complaining about. I am very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Well, your opinion, and I think that we should learn this condo. Oh yeah, it be a and then you go and you don't succeed. You can say that countrymen and women, what I wanted to achieve, I could not achieve. But to come and tell us you did not achieve what you wanted, but what you wanted was less than what you have succeeded, no? I think that it was
okay, so what can subscribers
Iti Pamno Chano, Sam George has failed. Now, Sam George's failure is continuing to mount because day in, day out, a camera Pana is failing. See, beginning of the year, Sam George Eka say, Obe for Sina, your friend is saying, communication industry, like communication tech giants like MTN, Vodafone, and so on, maybe reduce on prices. So, honestly, to me, I'm here, you know, nothing like that is happening. They just increase a portion of the 399. Maybe use 399. I use more than 399. What I say? It's you know, so we reduce it 399, which is the baseline for your table net, and now MTN a year. Now almost the bear 30 gig and now may increase it by 90%. It is so. What about those who can afford the 399? Almost one bear then. Obu and the salary can do 1,000 cedi. On fact, 400 Ghana 399 koto data. And yeah, across, but this guy came to sit there and says, "Oh, he declared victory," and NDC people were jubilating with him. Fast forward to now, he is using the same playbook for the DStv. So Sam George failed on the data reduction, and Sam George is also failing on the DStv. And now the NDC people are coming out to say, "Opana, who fail you? None you fail, or fail." What I say, can't show. Now, in aid of all of this, let us put this particular thing on the screens. In aid of all of this, it is very clear that Sam George he doesn't see anything wrong with it. What I say, in his head, Felicio Yebibi. Now, if troubles continue to mount, and then Sam George Equa event, president, bon national anthem, president international Panax. Sam George's trouble is just minim maybe a Sam George order. Minim sumi and see Sam George or daso. You show video way of the whole impasse. In fact, Mahama had to tell him to get up. Mahama had to tell Sam George to get up. Show video way by a bit also.
We shall please remain standing even as we sing the national anthem.
So that was what you just witnessed. So as I was saying, in all of this, Sam George, the Ophele say, he's still doing his best. He's still trying, and that's why you be. And it's the entire deal into screens, so because some of the supporters believe that Sam George is not being celebrated enough. Opposite said the last 8 years we saw surge in prices of DStv subscription and data price because of the clueless policies of the MPP government. Just 9 months, Sam George is trying everything to get DStv prices like he did with data price, and we want to use this against him, man. So to NDC people, it be money there. Sam George is just doing his best, and now I hear their since. Regardless, single thing Sam George. Now all man when say, "Oh, see, I need he reduce data prices." You should be able to also.
Now to the outcome of the committee's deliberation on the evaluation of DSTV's pricing. The committee deliberated on the pricing of the DStv service, considered various factors, including the cost factors, the macroeconomic environment of Ghana, subscription trends, among others, and discussed and provided input on several options considered by MultiChoice Africa and arrived at an outcome that will deliver better value to all subscribers in Ghana. MultiChoice Africa has committed to implement an unprecedented increased value offer only in Ghana, and I repeat, only in Ghana, which will result in Ghanaian DStv subscribers getting more services for less. Depending on the DStv package or bouquet you use, subscribers will get between 33% to 50% more value. The new arrangement effective from 1st October 2025, are as follows. For those who are on the Paddy Bouquet subscription, you currently pay 59 Ghana cedis. When you pay 59 Ghana cedis, you get upgraded automatically to Access, which is valued at 99 Ghana cedis, and you get 35 more channels. This represents a 40% savings if you were to pay for the Access yourself. Second bouquet, Access, currently going at 99 Ghana cedi. If you retain your Access bouquet at 99 Ghana cedi, MultiChoice will bump you up to the family bouquet, which is currently priced at 190 Ghana cedis. You get 19 more channels, which means that if you were to stay on Access and get bumped up, for the value you get, you make a savings of 48%. If you're on the family package, which is currently valued at 190 Ghana cedis, DStv will automatically bump you up to Compact, which ordinarily goes for 380 Ghana cedis. You get 22 more channels and actually get access to live football matches. So anybody on the family package, which previously didn't get live football matches, would automatically get live football matches. The value savings on this, 50%. Compact, currently going at 380 Ghana cedis, gets bumped up automatically to Compact Plus, which is priced at 570 Ghana cedis. You get 12 more channels in addition, and the value savings, 33%. Compact Plus, valued at 570 Ghana cedis. You pay that, you're automatically bumped up to Premium, which goes at the price of 865 cedis. You get 18 more channels and a value of 34%. For those who remain on their Premium bouquet, which is priced at 865 Ghana cedis, you will still get all the content on the Premium flagship, the flagship Premium bouquet, but you also get an automatic entry into the competition for the chance to win a fully paid trip to watch selected English Premiership games. But this is, as well as you know, subject to terms and conditions. There is no restriction on a subscriber's choice of a bouquet.
So that is Sam George, and you could clearly see all that he was reading to him. Na a BB new, so he was happy. And yeah, they said na a promotion at DStv for DStv. Yes, and some running promotion on other platforms. DStv is I didn't emphasize promotion here. Sam George. Yeah, yes, some basic changes being we read this as a price reduction and open us to call and you hit him when you be read it near man award of the best performing minister. Say na it be settings it be settings. Regardless from there are others who also believe that this whole thing na cost and settings and that it is something I was say you share na you can't assemble. So the new patriotic party in India is currently in its evidence is the National Democratic Congress, no. See, almost they are going through something, and they are going through something. So that is exactly what is really going on in regards with the whole issue about the DStv Sam George saga. It is a therefore, you moving on. Abronya me no kasi no wababe respond to in sema ekoso. Now remember say na no koka in sema party say candidates bi be you fi album on be register because no to me as a party chairman, bono regional chairman. But me no kasi no Justin Kodua ebe fire no, but Abronya say they be that if you guys have held me to discipline committee because of sema maka back in Japan you munso mubudie we nko video ebe to us.
WhatsApp so nyina mo ye dede ma honorable Kennedy Japan nyina no me catch them say 89% of mo amote WhatsApp platforms on Facebook nyina ba no mo ntobi me amemetie abona ye be ye no me na me ye ho adwuma abona e wabono region no eduru say ye ko polling station abona me na me ye ho adwuma enti wa wote WhatsApp platforms so aso ko pe MPB atunu e be duru na din nim because won tobi Me say won't to be. When it some pass abon so abano won't to be. Police station one, me make sure say it's a matter of phone call. Nam si nipa chumasi. Mon kra na free system no me no wawie. Ati mun nya dede no. Dede ne adapa mu twa nyina ba onya ba we ne. Na won so ye hu. Ye no binu mo attack ye se mu bekunye. Because yen na ne support to say yen koto sa aba no. Enso mo ye mo ka say masoda enye yie mo ntiase ene ka ye bekum nyina abaso. Yeko. And today I'm not WhatsApp so I top down not yet and you can just top down never so.
In some way by and you could see clearly say people were not really happy, so they called Abronye to come and face the disciplinary committee. But then also actually Simbi in the 30th of September or say for immediate press release. My attention has been drawn to a social media communique issued by the Great Party and duly signed by the General Secretary, Lawyer Justin Frimpong Kudria, inviting me to appear before the party's National Disciplinary Committee. I hereby write to indicate my full preparedness and willingness to appear before the committee to comprehensively lay bare and substantiate the antichrist actions and inactions of Honorable King Japan, which has undermined the cohesion and integrity of our party. So Abronye party say King Japan antichrist and agenda mo person de ba omi aba no King Japan person obe manifest sa agenda no. So that is the issue course sisi and opasisi na ya frɛ no say on be face disciplinary committee ni de obekopa na kono obekono obe expose antichrist King Japan. Osan to aso say I hereby write to indicate my full preparedness and willingness to appear before the committee. Okay, I can no since the referral was made public, I therefore propose that the sittings of the committee be conducted openly and broadcast live so that the rank and file of our noble party may have the opportunity to witness at first hand the manifest antichrist posture and conduct of Honorable King Japan. Inti Abronye party says, "Sisi ana ye di letter na beto abontin say ye twi na so no. Yen telecast ni hearings ni live no obi ehu how evil and antichrist Kennedy Japan is." Yen show video we of Solomon Wusu a church in say party MPP party negu because if it's run by people like Abronye Wuntumi, what else do you expect?
Because you are familiar with the party.
Yes.
You walked away from the party. The party has asked you to come back, and you said you are not going to go back. So that basically gives us a sense of how the party looks now. I mean, what do you make of how things are playing out? The radio
there is a singer that says there's a particular song they say Orekodo. The destruction continues with the party, and I think the pace that they are going, they will very soon dig or get to an oil levels. They will discover oil very soon with the rate at which they are moving. First of all, this whole petition and then utterances by Wuntumi and Abronye has to be put in the right perspective. The statement made by Abronye that he has the capacity, he has the authority, he has the wherewithal to be able to put people into albums. The statement made by Wuntumi that, yes, those that are in the album were put purposely there to favor a particular candidate here, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is practically the truth. If you have been involved in MPP politics and if you know whatever happens there, the regional chairman has a lot of influence. They control most of the constituency executives. And so it is very easy that instead of going to organize a polling station elections, put their cronies in the various polling stations so that when it is time for them to go and vote or elect a parliamentary candidate, these same delegates will go and vote for them. And when it's time for as to a presidential flag bearership elections, the same delegates will go and vote for these aspirants, including themselves. Remember, they will also be going for or seeking re-election. So it's a factual statement, and I don't see why or how anybody, including Kodria himself, could challenge this very position. So they spoke the truth, except that the truth rather puts the party in a very bad shape, and that is why there seems to be back and forth with it. Again, remember when Wuntumi and Abronye made these statements, the Canada-Japan side of the divide called for the two of them to be hauled before the disciplinary committee. Is that the case?
Yes.
This petition that Kodia has sent is Wuntumi included in it?
No.
It's only Abronye. And Abronye has been hauled to the disciplinary committee only because in subsequent videos, he made mention of Yasin Kodia. that he was sitting on a certain report that should be used to expel Kennedy Japan from the party. And in fact, that is the strategy of the party moving forward. Remember what Adenimo had said before withdrawing from the race, that this whole process was skewed and schemed in favor of a particular candidate. And that he, Adenimo, having known where he started his school from Navasco in the northern region, and how he struggled to do engineering and made money, would never go and invest 4.6 million Ghana cedis into this whole enterprise. Because he can't bid it. Are you with me? Then he left out. What is playing out? Is it not the same thing that Adenimo, the reason Adenimo left, that is being echoed by Abronye and Wontumi? That in fact they have schemed and skewed everything in favor of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So when Abronye made mention of Justin Kodua, remember Justin Kodua will be seeking a re-election as a general secretary, and knows that if this matter is not handled very well, it will be used against him when he decides to contest. So let me quickly go to the National Council or refer the matter to the National Council or the Disciplinary Committee for an action to be taken. Nothing is going to come out. Just life, so that he can expose the Antichrist. Remember, we have been treated to sinners 10 sins, 5 sins, 13 sins here and there. Now they have moved and not further. Abonya has moved that in and not further to bring in Antichrist. How can you refer or describe a party member, a fellow party member, who has the potential of leading your party, and you are Abonya, you are a member of the National Executive Committee, as well as a member of the National Council, as an Antichrist? So in the event, in an unlikely event that Kennedy wins, how then you come back and convince the entire Ghanaian that Kennedy is not an Antichrist? You see how people talk about heart and then give advantage to our party. By the way, our party very soon will be at play. So it is nothing to write home about. The truth of the matter is that the current situation of the MPP is that it's a party that has only 87 members of parliament. It's a party that won elections in only 3 regions of this country. It's a party that lost heavily in Greater Accra, lost heavily in the Volta region, lost heavily in Western North, and most parts of this country. So if you're a party with this record, what the least you could do is to start the rebuilding from the scratch. That seems not to be the case. It is now all about me. And yesterday I was listening to the General Secretary. He said something, that individual interest has taken over the collective interest, that nobody now is thinking about their party called the New Patriotic Party. And that is what is worrying the party. So clearly, Abonya is able to do this because he knows that the establishment favors him, that he knows that nobody can say anything. But this petition is also a trap to Kennedy Japan. If he does not take care, they will use it to expel him. Because Abonya will then deviate from the very petition that concerns him and move into an arena that will just to bust, as it were, expel him from the party. He should not take it lightly. That is what can happen. And in all these, Abonya claims to be speaking for Mahmoud Bawumia. Abonya claims he is a vital or a pivotal member of the Bawumia campaign. Have you heard the former vice president make any statement to that effect? When Abonya took Duncan Williams, the Archbishop, the Papa, to the cleanest, did you hear the former flag bearer or the former vice president make a single statement? I mean, beyond this internal rhetoric, internal bickering, one of the challenges that will face Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign, I know everything has been schemed for him to win, is how he would deal with the issue of the Papa, Duncan Williams. How he sat down, how he could not utter a single word in the open, how he could not even come to the aid or the defense of Archbishop Duncan Williams when one of his own took him to the cleanest. Okay. So that is what is at play now. Now, this thing, they tried it somewhere in 2007. They wanted to expel Alan using the same procedure. Can you imagine when Alan Chamante went to a vetting committee in 2007? First time I'm telling the world that Mr. Peter Alajete looked straight into Alan's face and asked him, Mr. Alan Chamante, are you a member of the MPP? At the vetting committee, can you imagine, Kabli? Because the system has been set up in such a way that they were going to expel him. When they see that the competition is becoming tough, they have to find other ways and means to get you out. So for me, this is a party that is struggling. They need something extraordinary to turn around things. But from where I sit, there seem to be no leaders or elders who are ready to put their foot down and say, enough is enough. Let's stop what we are doing. We are destroying the political party to beyond repairs. It will collapse eventually, but the way and manner they are moving fast, that is what some of us are concerned. That don't move faster than the anticipated timelines. We know you will collapse, but we have a timeline that you will do so. But do not bring it forward. Because when you collapse before our party's establishment, it becomes a problem.
Okay.
There has to be a party that will fill in that gap. Remember that when the CPP went down, there was a party that filled in their stead. So before you collapse, there has to be a party, a vibrant party that will take Hamza's party on, which is our party. Because we are going to give constructive, we are going to take them on in all aspects of their governance.
Okay.
What they promise the people of this country.
Okay. Let me come to
Okay, so that is the issue. Now, Yentwaso with this particular issue. Sabra Minoka say Hobson Adoye Wababe drop a certain bombshell about what is really going on in terms of the whole Ejapa deal and also the whole new bombshell about this particular bombshell. No, according to him, no, it is rather more, and I say it's rather seeking to expose Baumia the shady deals and some of the things that he's been doing behind closed doors. Now, this particular Ejapa deal, if any say crusade, he was talking about if any say Hosnadoiki Ejapa crusade. He was talking about the good for oil exposure. Now, no, Imani Ghana for omode update eba say this whole if any say good for oil no a grand tenor in Kofa Fanwenya billions of Ghana cedis. Neti how sa good for oil ne kofa by Baumia. Baumia na ni sasha the whole framework as inti yesi gold no ye de koji oil na oil ni fa baby hefa na efa. Yes, gold no ya de kwaje oil na sikitue bi efa baby. They don't pay taxes. These are issues akoso at the end of the day no according to Husnadoye akoso and ultimately no justice needs to prevail. Honestly, me ankasa I don't know what is really happening because it's been almost like 8 months or 9 months since NDC came to power, but still now intimate you be I being teen sama Husnadoye edit sujwa ye babaka ye beto us because Kamia Kwese Husnadoye has a lot of pain in him. He wants these people jailed. He wants them to account for some of the things that they've done. Ye should video ye babaka ye beto us.
Good for oil deal now from previous governments, you know, a year, you know, forensic audit by HSM. Company na or more and they go to no where there was no contract between them and Bank of Ghana. And Yamamo tax exemption kwa or 7.1 billion. Interior chena or minor, he says you be gaining no yaboka 2 billion Ghana cedis. Inti a forensic reporter aba erezi concern say ye ko ye deal ni senka ye benya mfaso na ka ye fuel bo aswate. But as we ended up ekoboka
Omo angetini ye omo aye yini se onkrofo na omo se omo ye you know omo no nyamfaso
yeah
ana Ghana bobo
ana Ghana boka
hwe good for oil me madam for your friend Dr. Sred ono ana kokosusu ho kire ba omi ase the way ye can say your currency aye ya affect your fuel ono or delay in gold okay etinu so omo pa omo man the opportunity na odon to to gold no fa gold no konkoje oil enfamre oman no oman no emre enkwose $100 so mo de kwakoye yi and oman intro o free ho no mo shadow so mo share biom ni ote ya ne se ba omi abena nso se e ba be gold for oil without knowing or no ne die so no ma wa hyehya nka ebetima ma na ya adwuma eyie no without knowing no di American no akwabonte They say a shega nation. And I'm busy say, do I have your permission to make? Was it anywhere I can mention because a net tro and woody. So now, good for oil, the purpose on say, yeah, the go to Koyan Quanquas is $1 bill.
Yeah.
Now, Quaquas, a dollar now cost Runtino, as I say to a fuel. Where do you go to Neco? Yeah, Quaco, swa, oil, never be goom, just like that. Yes, that you good for oil. You to you fuel Musa. No, be a good for oil, dear. A better day in a very best cost Rosa. So, yeah. Let's just say, 419. I don't know, it's a program. No, say, or more the go do no echo. The middleman or no, and a $1 dollar. And don't go to no money pana, Nipana Quacoton, and then first boom. No, what is can be? No, the Quacoto, a crude no, the Abre Ghana for any near Kaka. Did you know? Or more, you know, so you say, as I know with you, I had that there is in the idea. Yeah. Eti, I am one was say, I sat now, Crano. Just say, Dr. Bobia Yanche no, and question on that. So on it, yet Matanasia, Moancasa Mundim, a binding dim, say a year 419 per the Kumu. Now, a body got a year Mudibaye, look at the tax exemptions alone. 7-point-something billion dollars. Oh, yeah. I just see this assembly.
Dollars.
Ah, now MPP native. What do I was it next 4 years? Yeah, baba. Ah, look at how I'm more ball mine. Yeah, call IMF akwa Jibusia 3 billion. Yeah, you who did that 3 billion? So you're entaming in our grand vengeance. In
trenches.
What you want about 600 million? What you want about say? What you want about say? The Timama tax exemption $7.2 billion. Are we not sick? Are we not sick? So tax exemption is $7.2 billion. Uncle for Moya Hojuma, Unimomusha is a to be Coco Java, we know Casame to 300 pickups in the chair. What question is when you're going?
Okay.
Oh, question. Actually, these are some of the things. I think, say, or more earlier, you know, clear. Say, records to be any issue. Bianca Zamiti, finance minister. One-on-one on one of the television stations. And Walker said, Walker is so plain. Said there is nothing like that. There's no record. I say, that, yeah, can't say, good for oil. It is say go do na no your call there 2 kwan no akwakoto ade no no de aba say oh broni bi na di ne nyina ya zan omoboa omoa na de go do no ko no makwakoye ne omope no moji hu sika e de ahombotom eti no ommu obia no omoboga na for joy no mo say nya kukuduro kras aba be ka say 2028 we are coming back mutriso a good year, what you may go for oil and guano. Tax exemptions 7.2 billion. Where Minister Grambo say a parliament?
I don't think so.
Minister say a parliament. Share every muya 1D1F. Share the list. Any sika or mode buy, yes, various companies tax exemption. Wako US, wako China, wako baby, Ghana for Mubi, Coco Bisobo. Say ye more tax exemptions only Africa. Now Brody Pete Biaba has say oh waba be ye a kukru bi I'll be Ghana ni factory as so seen the other times 3. That Ghana ni no to honum ye money tax exemption. Near the Brody no adentia Brody no ye have more tax exemption say ye be say ni ne kai ka ho mo agree ye said akwa to parliament. Na mebo NDC minority then abaso. Say or more resist ya or more approve sa adeno. Nka sabri nka omusika nka omudi beye 2028 elections nyina nka egu ho omo approve sa adena nka egu ho boko omo any ade to omo block omo no eye pa any ade enti sa vote for oil ne there I think say ese aban hwehwem the lead person ese aban timi che no kwache no yoko for bien ye kan say na before ne ye CID for mo hwehwem ade na ba beto you don't need a formal complaint biem. You don't need it. I think we yaba. Mona moda honu musa mo twa boga na yi hu ban. Mo twa na munye. Eyi for ye can say financial intelligence center for mo so mo hwe. Some crofon no more you tell Yisika boom boom ye transfer. I mean one block one. Let them come and answer. Ah, meeting one name Juma Bia Maye. Say underground your man kitchen TV. Ubehua boom $20 million dead them account to Munamuti wana mosre. Germany no be say
for oil deal now from previous governments, a year, forensic audit by HSM company now or more and a good no where there was no contract between them and Bank of Ghana and more tax exemption kwa 7.1 billion into a now or minor in sense you begin you boka 2 billion Ghana cedis into a forensic reporter about erezi concern say ye ko ye deal ni senka ye
for yen to aso Sabra Minoka say, the Public Accounts Committee, their duty in Parliament is so simple. What they do is that at the end of the day, they call stakeholders and I say individual stakeholders. Need be so almost say, individual stakeholders. One more appointees, ministers. Need be so far no call at the end of why okay, we discover we say chimu. So it has been going on for some time now, and Kamia said the public is actually catching on to this whole heat and crease. Now the person involved, Menoka say the lens and the radar is on. One particular PAC chair, that's the Public Accounts Committee chair. Idian Babe to just see pa it is a Obia Ebona Basso. Madam Honorable Abna Asare. Now, Madam Honorable Abna Asare, a banker, okay, together with Osanso, a chartered accountant. Now, Minoka says she is the MP or the member of parliament representing the good people of Etiwa East in the Eastern region. Now, the back and forth that she had with the Honorable Muntaka and Obia Kawansem said, we need people like this. But then there's a catch here. The reason I make us say there's a catch here is because this same woman also have held a position before. She went to the same park and she was complaining. Say, Bisano, your friend is saying, questions are personal questions. And now, tied Nasasani de boy, you should video we, your babaka, your betuaso.
Yes, Madam Chair, respectfully, I agree with you that governance is continuous. But, I mean, you and I have been in this house for long. I think we may have to amend our laws to hold the specific persons who are there to come and answer. Why am I saying this? This is an infraction 2020-2024. Someone was sitting there and acted irresponsibly.
Minister,
sorry,
you
Chair,
could have
let me
brought
finish.
them.
Let me finish.
It's given, it's there. So you could have asked them to come.
No, the person is no longer in office.
Yes, but you could have asked them to come.
Because it's
if you
not,
had written to them and you shown us proof that you have written to them, yes.
Unless we unless we are going to be arresting people and dragging them here. Because I can tell you that in this case, when some of them came, I asked that, can you call, I know the next one, for example, that has to do with somebody who went on scholarship or something. I know it will come. And we are asking that, can you get the CEO to answer? I mean, some of the tricky answer is, look, you inherited the place, both the assets and the liability, deal with the liability. He came to office in February, and with 3 months, he was able to retrieve that money. Someone was there, he was giving the management notice showing this infraction. He sat throughout that period. He never retrieved a dime. Yet, now 5 of the companies are what do you call it, have gone defunct. And the amount of money in their name, madam, it is better we tell the committee the truth. Those companies, that amount of money in their name cannot be retrieved because they are no longer in existence. Our effort is that even if they have changed their name or if they haven't changed business, we'll try and pursue them. But so long as those companies are defunct, those monies that are in their name cannot be retrieved. So I've told them yesterday, you better do the arithmetic, identify the 5 that are defunct, and be able to tell the auditors that this one, they are no longer in existence. So therefore, you better treat it as bad debt rather than give some false hope that I'll go and retrieve it, because you will not be able to retrieve that money because they are no longer in existence. So I think that that's clear. But when they do those reconciliation with the auditors, those that are still in operation,
we can assure you that we'll do everything to retrieve the amount. But we'll not be able to tell how much it is because they have to do the reconciliation with the auditors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister. Minister, the person in charge said he gave us a year. He said he end of the year or so. Did you say you are going to finish the 2.8 end of the year?
Yeah, I did say that, but
did you say that yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. Minister, this is not the first time.
Unfortunately, Chair, with a greater respect.
Yes.
You see, some of them don't know what parliamentary practice is. You come to a committee of parliament and you say, by the end of the year, I'm going to retrieve my money. At the end of the year, you don't come giving excuses. Maybe he has forgotten the lesson I gave him yesterday. I told him that when you come to the committee of parliament, you tell them the full of your truth. That's the oath you just swore. Those 5 that are collapsed, you cannot retrieve that money. And that money is part of the 2.8. But unfortunately, they've not segregated to know the exact amount, which I've tasked that they should do with the auditors so that they know out of the 2.8, how much of it is of the 5 companies that are no longer in existence.
These are some of the magic works on social media among for Mami Weabaso. But I told you, said this woman also have her own your friend says setbacks because there's a video here. This same Abne Free, she held some position some time ago, and me and the Meba story who say you posted some many years ago and amount for after mu posty. So in there, I think that you see our sister channel Pinax GH logo on it. Young question, what really happened? Come on for a party, say lady no, Madam Abne Free, the oil and all the Ginny and because. Clearly, or your MPP ni, so she's doing everything in her power to be relevant. And any parliament, more super minority, what can you do? You chair the pack, you give a crucial, crashing, grilling. At the end of the day, trend on social media, you become relevant. And yeah, that is it. You can share this particular video. I intercepted a few channel host many years ago. Yeah, babaka beto also.
Are you the one asking the question? Sam George is the one who asked the question. Can we hear the actual question from Sam George?
Thank you very much, Chairman. The question again I asked, very simple. Which year did the Commissioner General of the GRA attain 60?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Before he answers, I just want to find out, is this a public interest question? No. Respectfully, asking us...
Honorable Minister.
So then, Mr. Chairman, if he has a question, he should go straight to the question. Asking for someone's age.
Honorable Minister, the officer to whom the question is directed is a public officer. So it's a public interest question.
Chairman,
no.
It's too personal.
No.
It's a personal question, Mr. Chairman.
No. It's not personal. It's not personal. It's not personal. It is not personal.
Mr. Chairman, it's just like asking
Mr. Commissioner General,
where were you?
Can you respond to the question?
It's just like asking Mr. Commissioner General, where were you?
So that was Madam Abena Osei Asari, Mr. Abena Frimu Fancha Abena Osei Asari. So when she was in power, no, it be a question or say it is a personal question, but here she is grilling people. Regardless, there's this particular video of her trending online. It is among 4 parties said this was the star moment. Kamya said opposition the MPP really function were doing a function power. Let's watch this particular video involved
Next thing you are telling us. Okay, so I'm asking you, when was the pilot phase completed? Respectfully.
Okay, Madam Chair, there was a directive from
If you don't know the exact dates, you can step it down and provide us with the exact dates later on. Because you are under oath, you have sworn to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Like that. We'll go and cross-check and let you know exactly when we started the process.
Dr. Ususeche, you are on something. Respectfully, if the CEO will allow you to continue and then tell us.
Well, I think if it comes to the specifics, because I wasn't made aware that
such a question will come up. I don't remember the details.
As for public interest questions, we ourselves are not aware.
Yeah.
But as we sit here and the public tell us, this is our concern. Can you address this for us? We do the needful because we are here representing the public and the citizens.
But what I can confirm was that there was a pilot phase where we were giving money and then patients could come in and access the service. And when that elapsed, we rolled out the full implementation.
When did this elapse?
Those are the details, the fine details that I have.
Because I remember last year, that was in 2024, it was this project or this pilot was started.
Yes. So I think it's either it was latter part of last year that we had that, and then it has continued throughout on a big.
Right thing you are telling us.
Okay,
so I'm asking you, when was the pilot phase completed? Respectfully.
Okay, Madam Chair, there was a directive from.
If you don't know the exact dates, you can step it down and provide us with the exact dates later on, because you are under oath. You have sworn to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Like that, we'll go and cross-check and let you know exactly when we started the process.
Dr. Usu Seche, you are on something. Respectfully, if the CEO will allow you to continue and then tell us.
Well, I think if it comes to the specifics, because I wasn't.
So this was some of the showdown, of course. So amount for Bibri born Abaso, but then some people are also saying, say, Abasa we really don't get it, because this woman, when she faced the same situation some years back, now or patch say a rich chance, and then the waba all greedy people are born Abaso says she's the woman power, she's doing well, and amount for say it's just that whole thing air course, so just to make sure so at the end of the day she stays relevant. So that is issues are air course. That is issues at Echo, so you better see so you can even bring in your comments, what you are thinking, and answer some of your opinions on some of the topics I had discussed right here on this particular platform, Pinax TV. Once again, this is exactly what is going on. But the video involved, Madam Abina Osei Asare,
Are you the one asking the question? Sam George is the one who asked the question. Can we hear the actual question from Sam George?
Thank you very much, Chairman. The question again I asked, very simple. Which year did the Commissioner General of the GRA attain 60?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Before he answers, I just want to find out, is this a public interest question?
No.
Respectfully, asking us.
Honorable Minister.
So then, Mr. Chairman, if he has a question, he should go straight to the question. Asking for
Honorable Minister.
Someone's age.
Honorable Minister, the officer to whom the question is directed is a public officer. So it's a public interest question.
Chairman,
no.
It's too personal.
No.
It's a personal question, Mr. Chairman.
No. It's not personal. It's not personal. It's not personal. It is not personal.
Mr. Chairman, it's just like asking
Mr. Commissioner General,
where were you?
Can you respond to the question?
It's just like asking Mr. Commissioner General, where were you?
Ashafo, it's been almost a year since your friend Eslosu left power. She's no more an MP, she's no more a minister. But Kamia Kwes amount for purchases, some of the deals are me, she needs to pay for them. Menuka say the gold for oil scandal together with other scandals at Abasono. There are calls for government to actually move forward and prosecute a year. Ye maame eye Esla Owusu. Na nipa or this same way ababe to just see at say shaky tables. Solomon Owusu was also part of the New Patriotic Party before he was booted out together with his boss. Now according to Solomon Owusu, our party said the dubious gold for oil scandal as see abano. One of the persons I was here check is Siano Eslowusu. In fact, he exposed Eslowusu big time. So Eslowusu was the then communications minister. Na former communications and digitalization minister said nyama efa na se no we need to actually go back and account for it. So in here obi say video kwakwa no clearly no Solomon Wusu was like no, we need to go back and also query someone like a friend is saying Eslowusu near finding out say this whole gold for oil scandal now what does she know about it? contracts now or sign and I say for sign. What does she know about it? These are big questions as Solomon Owusu and the ABC amount for parties say, and some more kind of papa, Odika, because he was also caught and tape. Yes, Solomon Owusu, now no, and the two just say this whole issue, of course, one of the other persons too, we also need to query more in all of these issues. Madam Esla Owusu. So Madam Esla Owusu, I was was Dr. Baumia. Inti ya question Dr. Baumia, yenko question your friend is saying, Madam Esla Owusu. Yenko tie your friend is saying in Sema, Solomon Owusu editu ja clearly you could see so party say already was submitted petition back. Say yenko check your friend is saying Dr. Baumia. I don't know what submitted and they say was submitted for fraud. Say yenko check your friend is saying Madam Esla Owusu. Yenko video ye buy a bet so.
Okay. Yeah, na ye man ko fo bebre etrobro ABTA. Answer na imani fo be kasa asemu yi. Ye fanko ye form na obi anti asese.
Okay.
Wo hia so obi a be tro Harvard brofo. Ana ye brofo. Answer na wo say good for you no. Enko fo ba so mba be wiaye.
Okay. Sa na wo no.
Ye krono. You see, ya mumma Ghana for an tiasia. Ya can't pin this as say, ya baby, I chrono and go for baba boy, ya near. Na Ghana for not tiasia, Sentina, ya that's what you him. Obama go to $100 Abia.
$1
$1 near the oil.
Yes.
Senya chrono pano be peso obu my ya. Then ya the dollar to oil. Near Safi, yes, say you go to in your day. Aqua oil. She said, o mana yetimu no ema okwabrane kwan the vice president say ono nko ankyere boa ye beton gold no yenim eboa wo de gold regio na yenim wo mo kra de oye no so bakra ne boa mo de ba beje o man no enso yesi aye sa transaction we international transaction na o se Kenya parliamentary approval uti kroma na ye kofa ye nuanum West Africa for kra ba enkofo kokko apai say amfa parliament we no kra no ye ho so. Now, before so Imani for become Massimi, now Bank of Ghana and Casa financial statement, I want to buy 2024. No, Omodin Kaka say gold for and a Bomanica 1.82 billion cedis. Bank of Ghana official document. Now, I can't buy any bio Yakwani who so go for years ago, Obama, call for years ago.
Good for oil, no.
Oma disi kano from just a chroma dear. Kreta Lutan Shankwa said doche kaya no mwa. Ano pe me ba mi tio Auditor General's report. Afina mesian film. Na ye ka kusi say. Obama hokra de mo ho na wonim de SEO Ministry of Communication and Esla Breso.
E dey na course.
Obama o sebe film. Kenny Giving no fa no ho. What will say ye data National Data Center.
Yes.
First of all, Asla didn't call for Omubo Modia Tam Sa contract, Echo Man Nigerian company BFN Ascend Digital.
Yes.
Ascend Digital, no, a mother company. And on what created 3 companies, Bako the Kenny GVG,
yeah.
Bako the Smart Infraco, and Bako the Next Generation Infraco.
Yes.
It was the Kenny GVG no command NCA for no. Say hono munya day oso mu na o ba say SML oh yeah course o mu de monitor o munya hu eye create keke and hono o mo fa millions of hundreds of dollars e ko mbotum ana smart infraco or the data center e-gov na ya na ye twa bibia na yi na under the contract now o say answer no mbe so mudu me jail class no o mo man $2 million.
Okay.
Say at the whole
$2 million.
Na afibia no for the 5 years no I'm the 1 million. Na me nti me nhwehwe mu amaye hu the parliament to be approve deal not the ministry headed by the minister unilaterally or to be the addendum or to me year in sakra or contract and go for an sika bi da
$2 million number.
For the $6 million no e shawom sounds so yes side agreement. Emma Sikari so one. Now, some make a Auditor General's report from page 324 to 328.
This year,
a year 20. Just say, Monsieur Fimois. Now the MPP na mi wo minim say you to make class say and the Emra so buba be Ghana no.
Na we say lo dead anamonto ni yetu afa ho.
Entia na mate say na communication ministry ni ko ye friend say me kwa kwotro me say na me ko dedicate me time. Me wi a so mo antumi enkonko soa esrade ne nkofo a ene ani attorney general besu. Because ye tumi nkyerɛ o man mu. Na afibia hwede ko ayi hospital dia na okeken. Obi ewu ni etua ne ka. Ni akoka ne sa ya vetere TV so aka ne sa. Nobody wants to act.
How?
Chinese press former a Greek minister. Yani ko China ko bobi sia meboa. Check omu tell you omu like basa. Yes minister na kwaje de wakoje de mudie and it down penalty yankuku no. Sako
Native for Sansem we cost yesterday a bremo updates, okay, say headmaster be our KNUST senior high school assistant headmaster. He was caught in a compromising situation with a student, and it is a student sitting in Papa Nufo. Now, subsequently, Papa, he's been relieved of his duties. But Sabra Minoka say people are surprisingly coming out. And since Papa no nya onye bonibia, because social position no muna, the lady was even initiating the act. And this has really cracked some nerve on social media. In video here, Babaka,
I am a realist. Okay. Personally, I'm a realist. Yeah. I don't like saying things that are not what it is. Okay. I like to say things the way they are. So we'll share video in a year. Okay. Sincerely, the man was not forcing the young girl.
Wow, forcing Akwadano.
No, hold on.
Okay.
One forcing young girl. No.
Okay.
It was more of a consented thing that the old man and the young man, young lady agreed to do.
Okay.
That must be established.
Okay.
There is no sin whatsoever. It suggests to say, Papa no force the girl, no.
Okay.
There's no sin whatsoever like that.
Like now, a plan to train home.
That's
and a headmaster no enforcing so bedrow a plan in. Debbie,
Debbie.
A consensus effort.
It was a consented thing. Both agreed to be in that mood.
Now, Wakasa, Wache Najon, say a realist, but then one person, in Pakui headmaster. So, Sebu, acquire se wama bofra tofe. Nandi bi almane tofe na wabana sebu. Abet so bu atopa. Abofra no onim di oye sa. What you say? So, since we we'll talk about that one later. But then let's move on to another issue. We reported right here on this platform about the whole NLA dubious contracts. Sabra Minoka say new information about Betuja. Now, we are learning say NLA 4 office now the former NLA boss Sami Ewuku. Last week, Yekacha said Sami Ewuku take charge as the NLA boss. No, some of the things that he did there were so simple. Again, were so your friend is corrupt. Some of the things was that donations accompanying your friend is donations, which is corporate social responsibility a company BI no or no buy no best son no a friend is saying good courses into good courses ne say niema ebeboa a friend is saying Ghana buying. Now we found out says some people were going out to NLA to even take 40,000 for their own health. A friend is saying say to 40,000. Vincent Asafua, he showed it. Some people were going there to take sponsorship for their music promos near their day. Basically, Samuel who was in bed with some of these agencies near their day. A DAB PM Kwabna D Black, some agencies, the Capito Show. A friend is saying First Lady, former First Lady Rebecca Kufu, so annual First Lady, you know what, 500,000 in Sebunusa. Now, Nipa or they your friend is I suppose we are be a year Manasa Zue Pacha say the biggest one yet no the two screens no so. NLA is signing a 3 billion CD contracts with a certain company. Now, some company now a year your friend is saying NLA 4 any almost sign a contract no. The company your friend is saying will have control or monopoly over NLA affairs for the next your friend is saying 20 years for the next 15 years. And me myself, I'm really shocked. Now, let us change back. Now, we into screen also because we have the website here, website no so ankasa. But then we want to copy some of the things or the two screens no so. And at the end of the day, Nkofobi swap kasa because we know kasi the lists have been updated. Company be from KGL. We know kasi no abe for insane no more out abe kasa. Yes, they took money. But kind of it was a sponsorship. So okay, let's just load these posters on the screens because it's something at the end of the day, we need to look at. Okay. It has say good. It's here for you nya two screens so. Into has here or say per the law, okay. Private companies are prohibited by law from running any form of lottery in Ghana. But Samuel Uku and Gary Nimako as leaders of NLA, National Lottery Authority, approved a 15-year monopoly for KGL to operate the NLA's 5090 online lottery. In 2024, KGL earned over 3 billion Ghana cedis from the deal and was to pay NLA 158 million cedis. So what a year Manasa Zuri Ekache and he said, Ghana no gambling is not allowed. Okay, especially private companies. By law, private companies are not supposed to do lottery. That is why Ghana has a lottery companies, the National Lotteries Authority. But then way back in 2024, last year, a certain company be from KGL. NLA for no contract say any 2 PM, 3 PM, any this online lottery no more yen 5090 online lottery utimi twa na we die bi utimi your newspaper utimi your online ya de no omo de share company being says our company should take charge of it. Sa company ni din KGL whereas ushemu ya NLA fuankas and commit my NLA fuankas and commit my dear, but then they give it to a certain private company. As our private company by law clan, they are not supposed to do lottery in Ghana. But then yeah, this contract almost said they should handle the NLA's 5090 online lottery. Now at the end of the day, in the year 2024 alone, KGL company they earned over 3 billion cedis. And guess what they gave to one more the contracts Ghana Lottery Authority only 158 million. The difference here is billion miensa. It's say ebia Pinax and Pinax made the contract let's say Hisense. Say Pinax no online videos now for share online. In a way they can also come on and share their ideas. Whereas our system near work because I can pull about 10 audience online right now, be conversation, okay, because of software you use, But then from my private company, and Hisense approach you, and you approach Hisense, and you did my Hisense. Now, you did my Hisense, Hisense for taking charge of Pinax online, online space, Say they will do the online thing for us. Send me example, Within 1 year, Hisense make 3 billion cedis. Billion. And guess how much they gave Pinax? 158 million cedis. Now, Minoka say the two bosses, Gary Nimako, any FNS Samuel Uku, or Maswan is pa. Me who says Siano no pay no. Or Modia Abbas Siano. They are suing your friend is saying Manasa Zuri, but that is fine. You can sue all you want. This same KGL they again approached, okay? They again approached the NLE. Say KGL company no more or more be a friend KGL Foundation. The company which supposedly made over 3 billion cedis and gave a peanuts to NLE, 158 million to NLE. The same company came back to say on my foundation be KGL on my foundation. KGL can on my foundation be a very blancophobia into my tunidin KGL foundation. And almost back to NLA to take a contract to take money of 400,000 Ghana cedis. Almost say the purpose of it was sponsorship and support for KGL support and a KGL foundation programs. An executive chairman of KGL Group, Alex Apau, that day. MPP4. Especially those in the party, so no wonder Oh, driving a be out to small car and out to church or money taxi. A small girl, or drive a car. Who check you online price now a 2 million, 3 million Ghana cedis. These MPs, if I tell you some of the people we work with, Omo kasa MPC asema our girls 15 not in office brage. Otimi sort you be out because can a boo is only boo amana abro so. And these criminals sisiano oko come oko fence oko boy nsem so no ma omo dia ba beto at the end of the day no MPP is actually targeting us. The new the National Democratic Congress is targeting your friend is saying the MPP people. And we can't actually do anything. Minuka say ya now you catch us China, China, or more Greek minister no, he's been sentenced to death. Minuka say ya Kenya also, was it Kenya? Which African president was also sentenced to death this morning? A certain African president was also sentenced to death and no pay African minister or say president. He was also ex-president. He was also sentenced to death. The crew mamunti mean sentenced to death because we say death penalty ninya. Why don't you do something? So this is the cycle. These people will steal money. They'll go into opposition. Then all the party are so for na sebi they umbe dikura muni. Ni aso makogu iyoko. Ni aso makogu OSP. Ni aso makogu ministry. So omunya demonstration. And you toss storm energy drink bako more. No almost chant, yeah, the new patriot, we are the new patriotic party. The elephant is the winning. Hey, mo. No matter demonstrate side, they'll put pressure and you have some people come and sit on TV say, per the law, you're not supposed to be 48 hours. You or more. Until since NDC came into power 1 year, the evidence is boundless, it's abound. Market 4 years beson ask me colleague Ekaye. Say 4 years in beson and them has say any studio has say in Yebeka and Chinipe BI and this same NDC will go for re-election. It is sad. It is sad. Some of these things already are so sad. Some of us are busily working. We get peanuts. But some of us have been able to what? Employ people every month. And these people, all they know is public sector. And you see Obeka Sasa for the party, no moving from radio station to radio station. We need pepper and one of Babette Ghana for say politics na mikumu no. Mankumu say I like politics and I like Ghana. Mikum because me bush will say DA. Therefore, it is so sad some of the things are echoes right here in this particular country. Yet hasi and a nema we nyina koso. Anyways, in some way and a ekoso ya see binya wadwinche concerning most of the issues I can answer. Because at the end of the day, no, maybe Koswa, I was say I can answer. So that is the issue on board currently. In time when Babaka, we have news coming from the camp of Abrantia Bako. To me, he's doing a very great job. Abrantia Bena is doing a great job. I'm talking about Malik Basintele. But before the intro, I only share this particular video. Babaka, yebe twa so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, na your man kofu bebre etrobrofo ABTA. Answer na imani for bekasa semu yi. Yen fanko ye form one obi antias yes.
Okay.
Who here so obia betro Harvard brofo. Ana ye brofo. Answer who say good for you no. And go for basom baby we.
Okay. Sana uhuno.
Ye chrono. You see ya muma Ghana for entias ye. Ye can twi ni say ya be we e chrono na go for bi baba boy ye near. Na Ghana for na tias say say ntina ye da so ti ohiem. Obama gold to $1 na benya.
Benya dollar.
Anya dollar na to oil.
Yes.
Se anya krono pa no bi peso obu o man ya. De na ye de dollar to oil. Ne ase afidi ye se say gold nyina ye de akwa akoto oil. Hwe se o man na ye timo no ema okwabrane kwan the vice president se ono nko ankyere boa ye beton gold no ye nim eboa wo de gold ne gio. Na yenim wo mo kra de oye no so bakra ne bo mo de ba beje o man no enso yesi aye sa transaction we international transaction na o se Kenya parliamentary approval unti kroma na ye ko fa ye nuanum West Africa for kraba engofo ko apai se amfa parliament
Ashafo yen to aso many who can say the man of the moment, Malik Basantele, or the initiative Biaba, people are actually applauding this particular initiative. Now, I know a lot of you will have your own issues with Malik Basantele, but then Pape, yeah, that's sorry, or the initiative Biaba say, Kube, to Kube ni dini adiade. Now, Kube no diya, dear one, yeah, the ending, if you are a tugu, if you are our area be a quine ya. And so tiny the Kube na be good kwan na aye fella. But then information aba and technology HSC it means you say Kube we e de chako. Kube we it me de chako. And at the end of the day, no, a person like Malik Basantele is leading the front. Minoka say the YE, which happen to be the Youth Employment Agency, or more the initiative yaba say ye to Kube wax no and I say your friend is saying the one okay. Na ya process the aye chako and no sa no at the end of the day to create employment or party say we initiative we inquano it has already created 5,000 employment and aside from that too amount for who kubenu ye via men tontri fabra ye beto ni process the aye chako na Malik Basantele ankasa no during a press release with a media people on this and same way etuja yen this particular video involved. Ye babaka personally have intercepted videos of one agency and as no the way the factory does their thing near the other. You share this particular video involved of how he was explaining that this whole how to him this whole process will go about and how it will help reduce unemployment and all of these things. You share this particular video babaka you better also with more updates on this particular issue. Menoka say ekoso.
So, this is the raw material. So, this is the raw material. This is the coconut husk. This is what you and I, if you go to the Bree Mountain, for those of you trained there, after we climb the mountain, there's some man there with a truck. Anytime we exercise and we climb, then we drink one. When you are done, he just throws it there. Just opposite the presidential destination at PDR say, this is it. This is the end product. So from here to here are the 2,000 jobs we are going to create. And this is a clear demonstration of what we are doing. So the movement or the transformation of this to this have created this year 2,000 CEOs. And then of course, because it becomes, is it not chief executive? Is this not what he survives on? So a clear demonstration is the man here. You see, with his entourage, and this is what they survive on. And so this to this is the creation of 2,000 jobs. I remember when I took over office, one of the things I told you was a new strategy we brought to the Youth Employment Agency was by first identifying a problem, and in the resolution of that problem, we transform it into employment creation. And that is what we have done with this. I'm sure from because he's using axing a tree down, and right when the tree comes down, he breaks it into pieces, and then we have these traditional molds they build. They put the trees under, they burn it, and then in about 2 days' time,
he harvests the charcoal, finds a Kia, and then he's bringing it up south. So in about 2 years, we should ban any truck we see loaded with charcoal that has not been made or that was not made from coconut husks. It should be arrested. And if I would speak to His Excellency the President, that is something I believe if we tell him even today, he will pass it today. And then that law will be brought in force, and anybody who is found conveying charcoal that was not made out of all these raw materials CEO presented, today, the person should be arrested. And so, in a nutshell, can you get me that, Shadrach? The 2,000 people we're going to create employment for. You said in 4 years we're going to do 12,000. No. You are here as a CEO, but you are here with all your staff. What it means is that every one of those 2,000 CEOs we are going to create is going to equally have staff like you. And these are all employment creation. I lie. And so 2,000, if every 2,000, every person of that 2,000 we create even decides to bring on board 10 more people to support him produce this charcoal, it means that we are looking at 20,000, right? And then the indirect jobs of Ghanaians who are going to pick the coconut husks and supply to the factory, even if we say 10 times the 2,000 companies we are going to create again, that's another huge number. So this year alone, we should be looking at about 32,000 if we bring all together, both direct and indirect jobs. And in the span of 4 years, we should have been doing more than 100,000 of this. The people and bring the coconut husks, you see. So this is important to us because we must find alternative ways of survival. We must create employment, and we must protect and preserve the environment. That is fundamental. And if we protect the environment and we reduce the number of trees that are brought down on a daily basis, look, as we speak now, by now somebody in my hometown is busy cutting down a tree. As we speak now, by now he's sweating. And he's sweating because he's using axing a tree down. And right when the tree comes down, he breaks it into pieces. And then we have these traditional molds they build. They put the trees under, they burn it. And then in about 2 days' time, he harvests the charcoal, finds a Kia, and then he's bringing it up south. So in about 2 years, we should ban any truck we see loaded with charcoal that has not been made or that was not made from coconut husks. It should be arrested. And if I would speak to His Excellency the President, that is something I believe if we tell him even today, he will pass it today. And then that law will be brought in force, and anybody who is found conveying charcoal that was not made out of all these raw materials CEO presented today, the person should be arrested. And so in a nutshell, can you get me that, Shadrach? The 2,000 people we're going.
So that is Malik Basintele, the good job he's doing. Now, most of you are asking, say, how does the process go? So I'm if you intercepted a video on the side, there's actually a video intercepted on the side. No? Almost share the processes they go through to give us the charcoal from this coconut husk. Young question video where you're back to us. So that is some of the So that is some of the things at the end of the day, and you could see everyone is saying yes, indeed, Papa, Malik Basantili wa ya dear pa. Now let's move on to a fairly same another issue to our air so. Now no Brandy Champon during his campaign or the Simi Ebetu just Sisiano MPs be a babontin beka so they've endorsed Baumia such as Eastern Regional MP. Now he Brandy Champon being a Betifi MP no let's say or Sha the colleagues or Eastern Region no or Mafanichi Eko a day if anything or more support Eko one candidate Eko tag candidates back which basically no it felt like a stab in the back. But then our patch say after that endorsement video no this particular same your friend is saying MPs almost support Ama Baumiano. They pass back and they call a Brandy Champon and Brandy Champon said he tested Baumia and said Baumia fear delegate because these are people they came on air, they came on social media on TV said they've endorsed you. And they quickly turned their back to call me. So, Brian, so I want him saying the saying. Now, these MPs, which even included Ayekujo Pon Kuma and so forth, Menoka some of the press statements, Abba. Definitely will be in your time and read all of these press statements because I trash. But then share some of the key points in it. Because you will all the amawiti some of the sentiments nipa bako the ababe tuja. Also press statement, okay. Rebuttal to Honorable Brandy Champon's false claims and is dated yesterday, the 30th of September 2025. Let us read the heading and let us take charge of the bullets. Also, we, the 15 members of parliament from the Eastern region, who have openly and publicly declared our unflinching support for His Excellency Dr. Mahama Baumia, wish to categorically refute and set the record straight regarding the unfortunate claims made by Honorable Brandy Champon in his attempt to undermine our endorsement of Dr. Baumia. Following our press conference, Honorable Champon and the campaign team have been churning out various falsehoods aimed at instigating disfaction for the MPP in our constituencies. It follows earlier threats from his campaign team to effect that if we do not support his candidate, he would undermine us in our constituency. So, Opache say, Brandy Champon and some of the betujan and yano cre. Now, wakama party members be a warm constituency. Some say, mama ba out say, more support ataba umich. Now, fidye, once also flow before frosemu piska. Let's look at the key points in the video. He claims that MPs called him to apologize for endorsing DMB. And also, there's absolutely no truth in Honorable Brandy Champon's assertion that some of us privately called him after our press conference to downplay our declaration. We challenge him in the spirit of truth and accountability to publicly name the MPs he alleges contacted him. Until he does so, his claim remains nothing but a fabrication intended to discredit our genuine, resolute support for Dr. Baumia. So they are saying the call, Brandy Champon air canon, it is basically non-existent. It doesn't exist. A idea or no created to sow dissatisfaction within the New Patriotic Party and as key members because Senate na kwayen at the end of the day no. I was say the people are MPs almost support a particular candidate to downplay their support. So to them, no idea no crap. And they are also going further to say, if a year Brandy Champon and semi are okay, or will prove her of Ambra. Because we work with evidence. What I say, okay, it's a be more feeling King Japan can't want to know a leaky call no. Because then be brand so leak the call. And him fan and a candidate be a friend will catch will say, okay, Baumia or supported or no, Sisiano, and call supported Baumia, but when him say order from him fan above, release the call, let us see those who are the Judas Iscariot amongst us. And now they are saying that all of these things, no, and the crap. Now, regardless, no, in some way, there are also some key people, okay, Omababe Kasa. And basically what they are doing is that they are trashing the narrative of Brandy Champon. Say Brandy Champon. Kamia Koye say Sisi Accra the King Japan is even running a very effective campaign than Brandy Champon. Brandy Champon among for believing Sanka he will have been saying Obi nimde Obia who will have been different no Brandy Champon akwa joining the rest. As you see ano ye kind one more or more running effective campaign number 1 Baumia, number 2 King Japan. Because Brandy Champon is here on the nam and na ode ayemuya Unhu di ne campaign, unhu ni ti any nim. Ni pass is here no so abe joining this particular force in bashing your friend is saying the narrative of Honorable Brian Champon. Your friend is saying Nana Frimpong Zega. Or no any this answer about to just said Brian Champon. Why ya the money didn't hoya pa now or there Brian Champon saying all of this or the 2028 in do. And then don't your friend is saying come out and campaign for Dr. Baumia. Ubi young video about back ebe to us. 2 minutes.
Okay. Ura Brian Champon. Dr. Brian Champon, Honorable Member of Parliament. Say Dr. Baumia winning a NPP race no. No obey a flag bearer beam at the New Patriotic Party 2028. Nese Ura Brian Champon failed to campaign for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. They said the year 2024 no I say omo no year campaign but underground no mo year Dumaditia party no ebe me yapa ebe mo wanwa. And I'll be highly disappointed in him. Because listen, se wutie Ura Brian Champon after say declaration the buy 15 out of 23 members of parliament omo 21 members of parliament omo declare diama Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Wutie Ura Brian Champon asem na okaina. Apart from say oka say sanko for ne frame wasaka say omo fa no wie no what texting vice president e ka kire say na asi tini you mimi ni pa say asema okay enye ne kre pa say enye ne kre. But you see, it is because of the peaceful and the good manners of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. That is why they take advantage and capitalize on it. Some person are saying, okay, I say about 69 out of 88 members of parliament, no more a minority side, and declare them as Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Ora and the appear could be. Let me put it a coordinator. Campaign or campaign coordinator Dr. Brian Champon. Ebaka say said the past 69 in Nasa friend. Eka said the omokoye cosmetics. I didn't think Dr. Baumia Kwan or me in Sadim. Because you Obeka say Ora can Kwable Japan. Twice and a waka I will say Ora Canada Japan maybe be can say NPP for kwaji loan be $3 million 1992 one in the 3 years scan or donated $3 million at the New Patriotic Party. It took Ora Canada Japan a bab on Tebeka and yan the crack asam na Ora Canada Japan can and yan the crack now 1992 the biggest amount of money a Bible campaign $10,000 from the US branch and £35,000 from UK branch. Jamaican what I say. Sorry, 35,000 from a US branch and £10,000 from the UK branch. Such a person, only the soul supporters. Adena Sanko for the aya Ura Brian Champon Kassan and Co for because obi ultimately expose ni yanko candidate no obe kasa de neche na obe expose u show obi how voice force Ura Canada Japan eya say Ura Canada Japan and Ura Brian Champon ebe ka say nipa declare almost support the amano no asra frena no what text Ura Canada Japan akache na I'm telling you say Ura Canada Japan be babo ncha catch abua. I'm telling you. But they capitalize on Dr. Mahmoud Baumia's good manners. I'm not saying say the others no omunye well mannered. They capitalize on it. How peaceful he is. Now omo transantron to spend their agenda and propaganda, and that is no good. Sometimes I feel say why always Dr. Mahmoud Baumia? Why always Dr. Mahmoud Baumia? not good. Oshe Ora Canada Japan. Look at the number of members of parliament or medical support amano. City members of parliament. They are about 8 people. Mewa. Adentina sa 8 ni die Ora Bane champion timi nka se ba ko kran friend. Embe ka se o medical support amana. Ana se o so afrem. The bia ekwakoye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And in any case, members of parliament or OCCR, they are all matured people. Last election, we were meant to understand, say, Dr. Bawumia, your friend say, vice president. Nana Akufo-Addo and everybody chidom. It is one support to now. You lose a juicy committee or parliament. So one support to now, you can lose your position. So one support to now, you can be harassed. You can be even demonized. Never. They said it. But today, Dr. Bawumia is not a vice president. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, one year, will quit a position be our Ghana. He doesn't hold any influence. Our new patriotic party. And today, the Bamba will be support Dr. Bawumia or the Bessie. Ah? And then the Bamba will be support Brother Champon. Dr. Brother Champon. No support Dr. Bawumia or the Bessie. And then Dr. Bawumia bet to be the identity part. It is a be. Support Dr. Bawumia. Ah, no sacrifice Rabbi Champion catch no. No Rabbi Champion fi say say nipa no on ho. No want to me declare fully and then subconsciously and consciously that person thinks that Dr. Bawumia will win. So they should stop all these things. No money a clean campaign.
Okay.
The American watch I say so that they can move on as a one political party.
Okay.
It's for in summer omodi 2 January. No, you'd be see about more updates as all of these various events unfold. Thank you so much for watching.